Welcome back for another reaction. Today I'll be checking out normal, everyday German things that I really don't understand. I think this is an old video, but I feel like it's a very interesting topic, so I still wanna watch this. So let's get into this.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany. And in this video today, I am going to be talking about regular, everyday, normal German things that I just don't understand. Even after living in Germany for so long, I still don't understand these things. They kind of confuse me, and I just want to apologize beforehand. This is probably going to be a little bit of a whingy video. I don't like to whinge, I don't like to complain, because I know how lucky I am to live in such an awesome country like Germany.
For
But
sure.
I sometimes have to get things off my chest. And the cool thing is that I have a lot of German subscribers, and you guys always clear things up for me. Like, if I don't understand something, somebody will always have an explanation to why things work like this in Germany. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they're
well,
so
maybe
nice.
it's not so bad after all. Okay, guys, so I'm going to get into it. This is in no particular order. And I feel kind of silly even talking about this, because I know that I have a lot of German viewers, and to you this will just be so normal, and you're probably thinking, what is this girl talking about? Something that I just don't understand is, why does school start so early in Germany? So my little girl Amelia, she is in her first year at school in Germany, and they start at 8 o'clock on the dot. Actually, she has to be at school a little bit earlier, so it's more like 7:45. And I've even heard that some
That's
parts
the
of
same
Germany,
here.
the kids will start school at 7:30, which for me is just mind-blowing. In New Zealand, we started school at 9 o'clock, which is, a whole hour later than school starts in Germany. I do not have a problem with waking up early and starting my day bright and early. That's absolutely fine. I have a problem with walking out the door with my kids when it is pitch black. It is basically like the middle of the night and we're walking to the bus. This goes against every natural instinct in my whole body. It feels so wrong. And this was not a problem. Like, the early start was not a problem in autumn when Amelia started school, because it would be bright when we would walk to school. But right now it is like basically going out in the middle of the night, and it is freezing and dark, and it's just so weird. Like, for me, it feels so weird to be doing this, and I just don't think it's a good thing starting that early. So basically, to get Amelia to school before 8 o'clock, I have to get up at 6, like just after 6. I have to wake the kids up, get the kids dressed, we all have to have breakfast and, get things organised. I like to give myself lots of time in the morning so we're not stressed and rushed and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
that would be
Amelia
the
catches
best.
the bus at 7:20, and there's a little bit of a walk to get to school, so she's there like right on time. But it is just the weirdest feeling walking out of the house in the pitch black. I'm confused about this.
I'm kind of confused. What is she talking about pitch black? Like, is it during winter that it's still black at like 8, 7 a.m., 6? Or what? Kind of confused.
For a few reasons. Like, I don't think it's a natural thing to do, to have to start your day in the dark. I really think it is not good, like, for your mental health, for your overall happiness levels, going to school.
I guess.
I just don't think it's a good thing. A topic that I hear a lot of Germans talking about is this seasonal depression, which a lot of Germans actually suffer from because of the dark winters here. We have beautiful in-between seasons and summer, but the winter can be very long and dark, as I've talked about. I really don't think starting the school day this early is beneficial. I think maybe starting an hour later would be better. Even if it's just in the winter time, starting an hour later, I just think it would be just better. It usually starts to brighten up around 7:45, but most children, they will have to walk to school or catch a bus, which means they have to wake up a lot earlier to, get to school on time. So most kids will be getting to school in the dark, and I don't like this at all. I'd really love to hear your opinion on this. Do you think it's a good thing that kids are walking to school in the dark? I don't see anything positive about it, to be honest. So the next thing that
Yeah, I think it's a bit scary when kids just go to school or walk to school and it's dark. I mean, I'm sure there's not much bad people in there, but I don't know. But I don't think it's a good idea that they switch the time just because it's winter and it's been 8 since the school starts, right? But yeah, that's just different. But I'm now curious, what time does the sun rise in there during winter? Because I know like it's Sweden has a dark, really really dark winter, and then the sun doesn't go down until 3 a.m. Is that the same thing in Germany too? Or what? Please let me know.
Don't understand is this whole dialect thing in Germany. So, apparently, from the research that I've done, there are around 250 different dialects within the German
What?
language. And what I am confused about is why are Germans so mean to each other about their dialect, about the different dialects? If somebody here doesn't speak the standard German, High German, then other Germans can be really mean about it. This just
Oh
doesn't
my
make sense to me
gosh.
because there are so many different German dialects. They can't all be bad. Come
That's
on. To
so
me, as a native
much.
English speaker who has learnt German as a second language, all of these different dialects sound awesome. I love the diversity. It makes the German language so interesting. Why is it such a bad thing for somebody to have a different dialect? So, for example, when
Yeah.
I hear somebody from Austria speaking German, I'm like, that sounds so cool. I just love the way they speak German. Or somebody
That's
from Bulgaria, I'm
nice.
like, I can hear that little difference and I think it sounds awesome. I made a video a while ago now.
That's so crazy. I didn't know that there's 200 dialects in Germany. Like, I know from the video I reacted before that there's actually different languages there, but I didn't know that it's 200 plus. That's a lot. That's so much. That's crazy. Because here is only English, so it's crazy.
Talking about accent shaming in Germany and how so many Germans are really mean to other Germans for the way that they speak English. I feel like a lot
Really?
of Germans, they just don't like the
Why?
way it sounds when other Germans are speaking English. They don't like to hear that German accent. And to native English speakers, it's not a problem. Like, we don't mind hearing a German accent, but to other Germans, it seems to be a problem. And they like to make fun
Interesting.
of Germans for the way they speak English, which is totally ridiculous in my opinion. So I had a lot of Germans commenting on this video saying that it's not only Germans not liking the way other Germans speak English, they also have a problem with how other Germans speak German. So there's a lot of accent shaming going
What?
around
Really?
in Germany within the German language, which is so weird to me. This just
It's
puzzled me
weird.
because in the English language, there's so many different accents, and obviously I have a strong New Zealand accent, but I don't really hear of many native English speakers like making fun of me for the way I speak English. Maybe they do behind my back, but they don't make it obvious. There's like a little bit of accent shaming with the Australian and the New Zealand accents. We kind of like to tease each other a little bit, but it's all fun and games. I love the way people speak German in the area where I live. I think it sounds so nice, and for me, it sounds very, very similar to standard German with maybe just a slight little Franconian influence, the rolling of the R's, which I think is really nice. I love it. So for
Really?
me, like hearing somebody from Austria speaking German, I can really notice like a noticeable difference, which I also think sounds really, really nice. But German in the area where I live and German on TV, like standard German on a news report or something like that, I don't notice much of a difference apart from a slight rolling of the R's. That's all I can hear. So what I'm trying to say is that I just don't understand.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't make a big difference for her because she's not from there and she doesn't speak German, but I'm sure it does for German people. I will be like her. I would not think a difference. Because I don't speak the language.
Why Germans are so mean to each other and so rude to each other about their German dialect. There are 250 different German dialects throughout
That's so
Germany or
much.
throughout the German language. But Germans are still so mean to each other. It's so silly, and I think accent shaming needs to stop. So guys, I've actually only got one more point because I was actually not planning on talking so long about the other 2 points, but I just couldn't help it. I had so much to say. So I will leave the rest of the points for another video. But the last point I have is one that you probably have heard a lot in other videos, like cultural comparison videos, but I haven't talked about this yet. And this is something that I simply do not understand, and maybe a German watching this might be able to explain the reason behind this, because I can't for the life of me think of a logical reason behind this. So this is how it works for anybody who has not visited Germany. So when you are going to a supermarket or a department store or something like that, and there are checkouts, just say one checkout is open and the rest are closed, and there's a really long queue, and maybe you've been waiting like 20 minutes, half an hour, and the queue is just moving so slowly. And then somebody working there will go and open another checkout. So what would happen in New Zealand, Australia, the United States, any English-speaking country I visited, the person who has been waiting the longest in the line will go to the front of the newly opened checkout. And I think I've heard this one. Waiting, the least amount of time, they will be waiting at the back. But no, in Germany it is the complete opposite. You could have been waiting in that queue for a whole hour, and then somebody comes, they will open a new checkout, and the person who's been waiting for the least amount of time will go to the very front of the queue. They could have been waiting for literally like half a minute, and you've been waiting for an hour, but no, that doesn't matter. They get to go to the front of the line. When I first saw this, I was like, what the hell is going on here? This person has just arrived. That would be so interesting. I've been waiting for an hour, and they get to go to the front. What is the logic in this? And Rob was that's just how it works here in Germany. I was like, okay, there was just nothing to say. This continues to frustrate me in Germany, and I just don't understand the logic behind it. It frustrates me to the point where even if I'm the one that has just arrived at the back of the line and other people have been waiting, I will go to the back of the line and I will tell the person who's been waiting the longest to go first. I will do that because it's not fair. It just simply is not fair. So that's just the rules in Germany. Everybody follows these rules and no one really questions them. So if you're German and you're watching this, does this also frustrate you, or you've just grown up here and it's something that is just completely normal to you? Maybe some of you can explain to me the logic of this whole line thing, and then I won't be so frustrated by it. So anyway, guys, that is all I have got.
Yeah, I totally get her, and yeah, that doesn't happen here. And I think it's so interesting because, you've been waiting for so long, and then new counter is open and somebody new just go there. I would be so mad, but I think I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, different country, so different rule. And I think a lot of people just give it a pass because they just get used to it because they live there their whole life, and then they're just used to it and don't even see a difference. It's just the normal things, I think. Is that right? Or I'm just trying to, just based on my experience. But yeah, that was a very interesting video, and I really like watching a video like this, so I know things that happens in other country. And I like watching her because she's very informative and very well explained. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.